having those conversations and opening up to your team and letting them have input and getting everyone on the same page is really valuable.
We talk a lot about team and the importance of team in a building business. How important do you think it is that your team is on the same page as you? Because a lot of people would look at you and go, wow, Duayne's like all in. He's very definite about what he, does and doesn't think. It's quite interesting because I know you to be so open-minded, and yet I reckon there'd be people who would look in and think Duayne wants it done a certain way, and it's got to, very fixed on his views and that kind of stuff, which is quite, always I find quite fascinating. And at the same time, I can imagine if you've got a team that are just doing their thing and not necessarily on the same page as you, does that cause issues? Do you see that causing problems for people and builders in their businesses when they don't have a team that's on the same page?
Oh, 100%. Like, your team has to be on the same page. And I am very open-minded and encourage input all the time, because at the end of the day, if your team's not on the same page as you, you're just going to continue to waste time, energy, money, and you're just going to keep going around in circles. Yeah,
I think that thing of what the same page looks like is actually really important for builders to think about. And that goes back to thinking about their values and what's important to them in terms of how they want to run their business. Because if you can't actually define what your page looks like, you can't expect your team to actually know, can you? So
it's very important. Like, I think if you get into business, you want freedom. And in reality, like a building business takes a huge amount of moving parts, a lot of different teams, your site team, your suppliers, your contractors, admin. There's a lot of people playing a role in it. So ultimately, if you want the freedom that you ultimately got into business for the first place, you need to make sure your team's on the same path. And if you're not spending the time with your team to let them know your goals, your ambitions, the direction you want the business to go in. You might not even have a mission statement. So your team may not have a clear understanding of actually what it is, the types of jobs you want to do, all those types of things. Then you're just going to keep fighting that battle and going around in the same circles and feeling like you may as well do everything yourself, pulling your hair out, wasting money and all those types of things. So having those conversations and opening up to your team and letting them have input and getting everyone on the same page is really valuable.
Yeah, I think a lot of builders can tear their hair out and think, gosh, I might as well just be doing this all on my own. This is pointless. They just don't get it. They don't get why this is important. And then they forget that they've not actually done the work of defining why it's important to them as a business owner to be doing things a certain way, and then being able to put that in a means by which they can communicate to their team what that looks like. So, and then helping their team get on that same page, or figuring out if they're not on that same page, how that's going to work.
I think it's one of those things, you need to give them permission. I think so many people out there just, and it's not hard, you get so caught up in the running of the business, trying to keep your head above water, and it's like a duck, you're paddling flat out underneath, but all looks calm on the surface. Giving your team, and when I say team, your suppliers, contractors, admin, give them permission to get more personal, find out more. But as you just said, if they're wanting to get more involved and you don't know clearly yourself what your goals are or where you want the business to go, I highly recommend taking the time, putting the effort to do a company mission statement and those types of things, because something as simple as 2 or 3 sentences on a piece of paper can really bring everyone together. So you really want everybody around you to understand what it is your business stands for.
Yeah, and I think if you're passionate about your business and then you can draw that passion out from your team as well, that just builds huge fuel for you to be able to achieve your goals together, and actually makes business far more fun as well.
Yeah, definitely. And look, I guess it could be one of those things that overwhelm people. I know for a long time, I didn't really understand what it meant, because again, you got all these people saying you need this, you need that, find your greenhouse, find your blue house. But like I've said before, for me, it's all about so my team know very clearly and understand my expectation really well now. It doesn't matter what the size or the value of the project. Our goal is to make sure that we deliver every client the best quality product we can. And that, for me, that's giving them permission to give me input. Like the contractors, like if there's something on drawings that aren't quite the way we feel they should be, like bring up those conversations so we can have discussions with designers and architects and homeowners and make sure that we are delivering our clients the best possible product that we can.
That's fantastic.